back with some more bad news for you today. This is the second time I've made this video. Pardon me. The reason why it's the second time is because, well, I made a video yesterday, and then there was some add-on stuff, and I couldn't figure out how to edit it right again because I'm just an idiot truck driver, whatever. But so let's start off, guys. And you may have already heard about it again. I meant to put the video out this morning. I apologize for anybody that was looking for one from me. But here it is in a nutshell, okay? I heard that enemy forces, the enemy has taken over one of the largest nuclear power plants in the world. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, I mentioned it in another video. I'm not trying to mention countries too often because, I don't want to get banned from YouTube or whatever. But, yeah, they have taken it over. Not only have they completely taken it over, but if you guys know anything about nuclear power plants, they got to be hooked. Well, first of all, they're hooked to the grid. That's how they get the power out to the grid. You know what I'm saying? They're hooked to electrical wires. Well, the last electrical wire to this nuclear plant has been cut. They severed it. It's completely disconnected from the grid. Now you might be asking, okay, well, why is that bad? It's a power plant, right? Right. However, because they disconnected from the grid, they have no emergency backup power to cool the reactors should something go wrong. Currently, there's only one reactor cooling the tower. I think they have the other one shut down, and I'm not sure how many nuclear reactors there are at this particular nuclear power plant. But I know that they have number 6 up and running, and they have that running at low capacity just to cool all the spent fuel rods and the current towers, or however the hell it works. But they only have one running, and that's reactor number 6. Should something go wrong, guys, and obviously I'm no nuclear freaking power plant expert, I'm just a truck driver, but I can't imagine they can just flip a switch, bam, the other reactors are on. I'm pretty sure there's like a startup procedure that takes quite a while, okay? And they only have one running right now, and I don't know how capable the people that are running this are at running a nuclear power plant, but if they screw up, guys, and something happens with nuclear reactor number 6, the only one that's currently running, to keep the spent fuel rods cool and to keep the nuclear reactor cool, if something happens, they don't have emergency backup power, and this nuclear reactor, this nuclear power plant as a whole, could melt down within hours. And that spells major disaster, guys. That's going to affect us over here in the West. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, it's going to affect us in a bad way. So as I've preached before, go out and get your IOSAT tablets. IOSAT. They're potassium iodide, not iodine, not the stuff that that yellow stuff that the doctors put on your skin for surgery or like getting stitches or something. It's potassium iodide. Hell, don't ask me how to spell it. I'm an idiot. Anyway, IOSAT. IOSAT. You're going to want those. The way they work, and I'm no doctor, guys. Just a disclaimer here. I'm no doctor. Just for YouTube's sake and everybody else's sake. I'm not a doctor, okay? This is not medical advice. Research the product. Okay, it's available over the counter. Anybody can get it. You don't need a prescription. But research how it's used. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of how it's used because I've read up on it and I've read the packages of the stuff that I have at home. And I currently have a package with me. Sorry, I'm driving, or else I'd show you guys again. Anyway, with that being said, these potassium iodide tablets, these IOSAT tablets, they're the same exact thing that the government issues to all the military members that could be potentially harmed by some sort of nuclear fallout, nuclear radiation. So if it's what the government gives to people, I would highly trust them myself, is what I'm getting at. Anyway, the dosage, guys. It's 1 pill per person per day for a total of 7 days. After that 7 days, do not take any more. You got to wait 5 days. After that 5 days, you can take 1 a day again, or until, if the radiation's gone, you're good, or at extremely low levels. But it's only 1 a day for 7 days, and then you got to take a break for like 5 days, and then you can start taking them again, 1 a day for 7 days, etc., etc. Kids age 4 and up can take a whole pill. 4 and under, it's got to be cut in half. What that does, guys, is the iodide. All right, you naturally, when they say go outside, get your vitamin D, let the sun absorb your skin, in through your skin. It gives you vitamins, minerals. It helps you feel better, etc. Well, what happens with that, guys, is you get positive, good potassium iodide, which fills your thyroid gland, okay? And it's good stuff for you. It really actually does help your body. Again, I'm no medical expert. Please consult your own doctor. Please do your own research. But from what I've read, and I'm just passing along information here, from what I've read, when you're out there in the sun, your thyroid gland automatically, through your skin, absorbs positive, good potassium iodide. Well, there's several forms of radiation that nuclear radiation gives off. There's several forms. I don't know them all, but I do know one of them mimics the good potassium iodide you get from the sun. So what happens is, nuke goes off. If your thyroid gland is half empty, whatever, you guys ain't been outside in a while, and you step outside into that radiation, guys, your thyroid gland is going to fill up with radioactive iodide, radioactive potassium iodide, which can cause thyroid cancer and create a very painful death. Now, within 14 minutes of our phones going off, the national, whatever it is, the emergency alert system, if something goes off, guys, and alerts you, you got 14 minutes. 14 minutes to take one of these pills, every member of your household. You have 14 minutes to take one of these. And what the pill's going to do, the pill is going to fill up your thyroid gland with positive potassium iodide. And basically, the reason why you want that to happen is because your body's only going to absorb so much, okay? One pill will completely fill it up and keep it full. As long as you take one pill exactly every 24 hours. So if you take that pill within 14 minutes, obviously, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, and if I am, I apologize. So you take that pill within 14 minutes of a nuke hitting, okay? It fills up your thyroid with positive radioactive iodide. That means your body is going to reject any of the radioactive potassium iodide. And it's going to, it may not protect you 100%, but, I mean, if the government issues it to our military, again, I trust it. Another thing you guys are going to want is apple pectin. Apple pectin. They use that in the, well, they didn't use apple pectin, they used apple juice, like 100% pure apple juice. None of that imitation shit. You guys want the pure shit. You guys can stock up on that too. Like the Mott's. As long as it says 100% pure apple juice, you guys are good. And that shit is shelf stable for quite a while, okay? So stock up either on the dietary supplements, which are apple pectin. They come in a white, blue, and orange bottle, or white and orange off of Amazon. You guys can look it up. Again, I'm not affiliated with these guys. It's just a product that I have, a product that I trust, a product that I've researched. But what happened over in Chernobyl, when that nuclear power plant burnt down and everybody got, or melted down, whatever, and everybody got this radioactive poisoning, a lot of the kids that survived it, they couldn't figure it out. They did some research after the fact. And the reason why a lot of the kids and people that survived this meltdown of this nuclear power plant was because what the pectin does in apple juice, apples naturally have pectin in them. But what the pectin does in apple juice or the dietary supplements is whatever radiation is inside your body, and I can't say 100% that it's going to get all of it, but most of it. But it goes in there, it grabs a hold of it, and then you either urinate it out or poop it out. So the two things I highly recommend, IOSAT tablets and apple pectin, either apple juice or apple pectin supplements, okay? And more news, guys. Well, let me continue real quick. Not only are we at risk of this reactor potentially melting down, it could happen. We don't know what kind of people are running this right now, or if they even have the smarts, the know-how to do so. Okay, so that's scary in itself. 2, China's threatening us to nuke us if we have any more involvement in Taiwan. Russia is threatening to nuke us if we have any more involvement in Ukraine. Iran wants in just to be in, I guess. So does Belarus, and so does North Korea. So we have several different nuclear threats, guys. So if it's something you stock up on, I highly recommend the pectin in whatever form. I highly recommend the pectin in whatever form. Sorry, I just had a freaking school bus pull out in front of a freaking big ass semi. Really? Stupid people. Stock up on the pectin. Stock up on the IOSAT tablets or the apple juice or a combination. I recommend both. And your food, of course. And get your bug out bags together. And get your shelf stable foods. Whatever you guys can do today. Alright? It's not looking good, guys. Another reason why we need to stock up, and I'll get to that here in just a minute. But in other news, NATO, our, military, our NATO, is seeking to get 200,000 sets. Well, let me rephrase that. They're seeking to get extreme cold weather military clothing for 200,000 military members. And I don't know if we have boots on the ground right now. I think we do somewhere. I'm not sure. But if we don't, why would our military be seeking 200,000 winter weather clothing for 200,000 military members? Do they plan to put them on the ground? Is this going to be a war escalation? Again, like I just said, we're threatened by I don't know how many different countries over nuclear war. Now we're going to put boots on the ground and escalate this shit? Like I keep telling you guys, man, the government keeps poking the bear. It's retarded. So we have a potential for a nuclear power plant to melt down. We have the potential for all these countries to launch a nuke. Now our military is poking the bear. I mean, it's absolutely asinine, guys. In other news, another reason why you guys need to stock up. If you guys don't know, if you guys haven't heard, I did mention it in another video. There was rumors that there could be another railroad strike, potentially. Well, now the date is set for September 16th, is for a potential railroad strike. Now, you know, they're demanding the same thing as pretty much anybody that strikes demands. You know, higher wages, more vacation time, better work environment, less hours, you know what I mean? So, and if you guys don't know how stressed out railroad workers are, oh my God, they work those guys to death. Like, they're working nonstop. So, honestly, I can't really blame them. But the problem with that, guys, is truck drivers are already in short demand. Trust me, I know. Look on Indeed. Look on monsterjobs.com. Look on all that. Type in CDL Class A and look how many pop up, guys. You will be blown away at how many truck driving jobs pop up. I mean, it is absolutely insane. So we're in short supply, guys. And if these trains shut down, that means no more coal. No more. I mean, it's just, you guys can use your imaginations. It's the supply chain's pretty much going to stop, guys. If the railroad goes out or trucking goes out, yeah, it's bad business. And I just cut that car off like an asshole. Sorry about that. This truck's slow. Anyway. So yeah, guys, definitely stock up. I mean, we hear time and time again that there's escalation after escalation after escalation, and it's not good. Not only that, and I almost forgot, I almost had to pause you guys to go look, but there's one more bit of information out there that you guys are going to want to know of. UPS, along with potentially FedEx, but UPS, around the holiday season, so that's real soon, guys, they're talking about going on strike. And the government has it labeled as one of the biggest strikes in U.S. history. It's going to be massive. So if you guys, you know, like a majority of people nowadays, if you planned on ordering stuff online for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for hell, even Halloween coming up, I suggest you do it now, because they're talking about going on strike. There's been a lot of driver illnesses. I don't know how many deaths there's been, but, you know, drivers passing out and stuff from heat stroke. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen articles or YouTube videos on it because the trucks don't have AC in them. Most of the time they drive with that big ass door open anyway. But, you know, to try to keep somewhat cool. But they've had enough, guys. They're underpaid. They're overworked. They're dropping like flies. They're talking about it's going to, you know, a potential massive strike. So again, guys, with the supply chain crisis, with the trucker shortage, with the potential for these railroad companies to go on strike, and who knows how long that's going to be. It could be months. Hell, even a week is going to be detrimental. It is going to be hell. If the truck drivers stopped for just 3 days, every store across America would be out of food. Did you guys know that? And maybe even sooner, depending on how big, you know, how bad the panic was. If the news broadcasts that every single truck driver in America just decided to stop, park their trucks, and say the hell with it, there might be panic, guys. Mass, you know, runs to the store and stockpiling stuff, and, you know, kind of like the old toilet paper crisis. When you couldn't find toilet paper, but you ain't gonna be able to find anything. Nothing. Laundry soap, food, paper plates, you name it, you ain't gonna be able to find it. So I suggest you guys stock up on whatever you can now. your shelf stable foods. Again, you know, I make decent money, but I'm an idiot and I got a lot of bills. So I live paycheck to paycheck. If I wasn't an idiot and didn't have a shit ton of bills, I'd have a lot of money in my pocket right now. But you know, I had to go buy a new camper. I had to go buy a new car. I had to buy a Harley. I had to refinance my house so I could get siding and a furnace and, you know, windows and a roof. And yeah, I'm an idiot. So I got a lot of bills. But even I, living paycheck to paycheck, after I pay all my bills every single week, I got about a couple $100 left. That's gas to get me to and from work and a tiny bit of play money. So what I do is I stock up literally just on a couple canned goods or a couple bags of dry beans or a bag of rice or, 6-8 cans of tuna, some seasoning packs, some ramen noodles, whatever. I stock up on it, guys. And I buy it weekly, religiously. And I suggest you guys do that now. You don't have to be rich to get prepared, but you guys got to do it. It's no longer a joke. Again, I'm not trying to fearmonger. It's just reality, guys. And no, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to, I don't even know the word for it. Either way, my point is I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm just trying to get you guys prepared for whatever may happen in the near future. And I feel like it's going to be sooner than later. I mean, it's spiraling out of control quicker than you can blink an eye. And, last I heard, China had cut off all communications with the U.S., so we can't talk back and forth anymore. They literally cut the phone line to the red phone. And there's no more negotiations. Same thing happened with Ukraine and Russia. They cut the red cord, or the cord to the red phone. There's no more talks, guys. Russia's hell-bent on taking over Ukraine. Ukraine's hell-bent on keeping it Ukraine. So, I don't know. That with the, tied in with the Russia cutting off gas supplies to Europe and now Poland. It's getting bad, guys. And if you don't think that Russia cutting off fuel supplies to Europe and Poland is going to affect us, you're sadly mistaken. It is definitely going to affect us. So you guys need to stock up. I got like 11 full propane containers at the house. Enough to, well, I don't know how far it's going to get me, to be quite honest, but I also have a miniature wood stove that I can jimmy rig into my camper if need be, guys. So I suggest you guys think about what you need. If you guys got any questions, leave it in the comments below. In capital letters, put the word question, and I will respond to you. If you're confused on what to do, what to get first, or how to even start. A lot of people get flustered on how to even start getting prepared, guys. But you need to do it. And don't take my word for it, okay? Look at what the extremely rich are doing. The extremely rich people, the billionaires, the millionaires out there, they're stockpiling food, ammo, weapons, like there's no tomorrow, guys. Medical equipment, you name it, they're stockpiling it. Not only are they stockpiling it, but they're pulling their physical gold bars out of the Federal Reserves, out of the gold reserves. And they're taking it to their bunkers, guys. They're building bunkers. I mean, and not just one or two. They're building multiple bunkers, and they're stockpiling shit in their bunkers. So don't take my word for it. Sorry about that. Follow the rich, guys. Why are the rich doing it? They should have nothing to worry about, right? They got private security. No. If the rich are doing it, there's something to it, because the rich are in the know. The rich have connections. People in higher up places. And these people in these higher up places are telling these rich bastards, hey, listen, get now while the getting's good. And I'm telling you guys the same. Get while the getting's good, alright? Love you guys. want you guys to stay safe. We're gonna need you when all this blows over. You know what I'm saying? Repopulate the populace. Anyway, so with that being said, guys, that's all I got for you today. Scary shit, scary times. Getting stocked up, all right? But again, stay safe, guys. Keep your heads on a swivel. Love y'all. Michigan Prepared out.